It's the new year and you want to glow up in every way possible. You want to become unrecognizable, glow up in your physical health, your mental health, and your career. Well, you're in luck because this is made for you. Hi, angels. I'm Charlize Chiu, and welcome to my first podcast. If you're watching the video form of this, then hi. I'm also putting this on YouTube and everywhere. This is my current setup right now. If you're watching this in video form, we'll see if we can change the setup in the future. I don't know. I kind of like this. Very cozy. If you're listening to this, then I am just sitting on my bed. That's literally the setup. But I feel like it's more natural and like comfortable that way. But to get into it, yes, it's 2024. Happy New Year, by the way. And I know this is the year that everyone wants to just glow up, just transform in every way. And I am a big believer that with the right mindset, you can literally transform your entire life. This is coming from somebody who went through probably the craziest 2023. My life changed in 2023. I personally think I glowed up so hard in every way. In 2022, I made less than 50K. I think less than 20K. 2023, I made six figures. Not to even like talk about money like that, but just to show you guys that that is literally possible. If you really just stick to it and change your mindset, then you can honestly achieve whatever you want. So yes, I am here to talk to you guys and teach you guys how to just transform and how to turn your mindset and just make habits to make this transformation quick and, get kicking. I know honestly one of the hardest parts about glowing up and like doing this whole transformation and your resolution and goals and all of that is honestly just getting started and not knowing where to start. So I hope that this kind of helps you guys and like guides you to how to start to create your dream life and live the life that you want. I truly believe in you guys, and like I said, if you're listening to this right now, then you're already on a path to glowing up. So we're going to break it down between mental health, physical, and through your career. I'm going to start with mental because as much as you might have heard it, I truly believe if you work on your mental, you will be able to achieve like all these other areas. The mental is so important and it will help motivate you and be disciplined and be able to work through everything else you want in your life. So that is why just focusing and working on your mental health and yourself is so important this year. In 2024, we are not letting bad people in our life anymore, okay? We are cutting the toxic people out. That's friendships, relationships, whatever. We don't need them anymore because your environment really affects how you think. And that is something that I've always struggled with and I was not aware of. It was my environment and how much that played a role in my mental health. I used to just kind of hang around people. When I first moved to New York, I hang around people that I just thought were cool, who could maybe like get me into parties or whatever. I didn't really think about their values or anything, which is so important to find friends and people around you who have the same values as you. And they say you're like an average of 5 people you hang around. So if you're hanging around some bad people or negative people, you gotta cut them out. And I know there are some circumstances like family where you can't necessarily just cut those people out, which is why I really love podcasts and videos and like inspirational videos like this, because that is honestly what I used a lot to just get inspiration from, because, maybe you don't meet people who have the same values as you and stuff, or you like being alone most of the time. Surrounding yourself and like just even what the type of media you take in is very important to change your mindset and affect how you are as a person and inspire you. I started being very aware in 2023 about who I was hanging around and how I felt. That's very important. It's like how you feel around those people. there are some people who may not have like done anything wrong to you, but if you feel drained constantly when you're with them, then that might not be someone you want to keep being around, because why would you want to constantly be around someone who drains your energy? There have been friends in the past for me personally that, you know, it's like they're good people, but some people that I have met have just been a little bit too negative for me, and it personally drains me, and I don't have a good time hanging around those people. Like I said, it's nothing wrong on them, but you have to decide yourself if you want to stay constantly in that friendship and, you know, just being around people like that. And going back to the media you take in, we're obviously on social media so much right now, watching this or listening to this. You're on social media right now. So it's really important to take note of the type of media you're taking in, because I know we can like wake up in the morning and just scroll through videos or something, but are those videos or are those articles you're reading online really benefiting you? I know we like to look through Instagram and compare ourselves with others. It is what kind of fuels anxiety and depression. Comparing ourselves online or seeing these videos online of people who post their highlight reel. I mean, social media really truly isn't authentic. I think we all kind of know that by now, but I think it's still really hard to remember that when you're looking through like a photo and you see this girl with a perfect body and you're like, oh my God, I wish that was my body. I wish I was living her life, you know. Avoiding media that makes you feel bad, like I said, being aware of how you feel, unfollowing people who make you feel bad, who you compare yourselves with. There's nothing wrong with unfollowing someone, even a friend of yours, if you see their post and it makes you feel bad. If that's what you need to do, then you gotta do what you gotta do. For me, I noticed that social media was taking such a big toll on my own mental health. Like, I cared so much about what people thought of me, especially being a content creator and posting on social media all the time. I realized my screen time was probably over 8 hours. I was just looking at social media, scrolling, comparing myself. Last year, I really tried to stop just scrolling just because, and only using social media for either work or taking in content that is very educational and beneficial for me, which is why I started getting into podcasts, TED Talks, all of that. Limiting my screen time as well. I put like a 2-hour lock on my social media screen time. Not gonna lie, sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes I'll just press ignore, but it does make me aware whenever I hit the 2-hour mark every day. And the final part of your environment that you need to make sure you keep in check is like your literal physical environment, your home. I am so passionate about this one because I remember when there's a time that I was really going through it. My home was disgusting. I did not clean my home. I had a trash bag on the floor. No trash can, just trash bag. So whenever you would throw trash in there and let's say like there was some liquid in it and it would just spill out of the trash bag and then the fluids would get on the floor, yeah. And like my fridge would have no food in it. Maybe like one bottle of water, no food. Just literally so messy. When I, started healing myself was when I realized, oh, my environment is a lot cleaner than normal. Everybody kind of says your home is a reflection of your mind, and I am a true believer of that. Making sure you're keeping your space cleaned, I have found that so helpful. Like, whenever my space is like a little bit dirty, I realize I get stressed out more and I don't want to be as productive, especially because I work from home a lot. And if your office is messy, like, do you want to work in there? Do you want to sit in there? No. So keeping your space clean is so important. Another way to grow your mental health and just kind of heal yourself is taking a break. I know we're going to get into a lot of discipline, like things you need to do. And like, I know if you want to work on your career and work on yourself, you're going to have to take a lot of action, but also taking a break is very important as well. We tend to just do so much at once because we want fast results. But honestly, you're not going to get fast results if you don't take a break because you're just going to get worn out very easily. So while it's great that you're doing all these things to, transform yourself this year, make sure you're taking time to just rest and also just find things that you personally enjoy rather than just like work stuff, like self-care things, as in taking up new hobbies like reading, drawing, taking workout classes that you like Pilates, things that really relax your mind, because if you don't have this balance, then you're not going to be able to work efficiently because you're literally just going to hate working if you're doing that every day. You need to find time to give yourself a break so you can like recharge, and that way the quality of your work will be better because your mind's better, duh. I personally really just like going on walks, going to try out new coffee shops, which is such a big thing in New York City, which is why I love living in New York City, because I can go to like 50 different coffee shops and just walk around. I also really like reading. I started getting into reading a lot more last year and just finding a bunch of different books that I like. Also, yoga. I love hot yoga and Pilates. I've become a yoga and Pilates girly, so that is also something that I really enjoy. It is great for your, health and your physical health as well, but it also just really relaxes your mind, and it's just a nice thing. I like going in the mornings personally because I am a morning person, but just doing that to start your day has been so amazing for me. Like after I start my day with like a yoga or a Pilates, I'm ready to go. I can do anything that day. So I really recommend that. And while self-care and working on yourself and just putting yourself first is very important, and that is also just something I want to emphasize in this video, is just putting yourself first and prioritizing yourself this year. But in order to love yourself, you also need to love others and show compassion towards others. I'm not saying to put others on a pedestal and think about others first all the time, but just being kind to people, because I think a lot of times we judge people. We like to gossip about people. Whenever we judge people, that is usually a projection of what we judge ourselves. If you're kinder to people, then you will naturally be kinder to yourself. And that's so much energy to be mean and hateful. And it feels so much better to just think positively about people, in my opinion. Like if you see someone who is, being rude to you, instead of just thinking negatively and getting angry, maybe try thinking, okay, maybe they're going through something. You getting angry about a comment that someone made about you or something isn't gonna make you happier. Obviously, it's not gonna do anything. So just kind of letting it go and saying, hey, maybe they're having a bad day. Trust me, it makes your life 10 times more peaceful. Okay, so those are some ways to level up the mental health this year. Now we're going to go into the physical things, the physical health, everything, gym. I know, start of the year, everybody's hitting the gym. I see everybody at my local gym now, which is great. And I think there's always this kind of joke where it's like people start going to the gym hard 2024, beginning of the year, and then over time, you slowly start to lose motivation and it's hard to stick to it. I know a lot of people say it's really hard to stick to like gym goals and everything. So first, figuring out specifically what your goals are in the physical aspect. A lot of times, a lot of people just kind of say, I want to go to the gym more. But why do you want to go to the gym more? Is it for health? Is it for, losing weight, gaining muscle? Whatever that goal is, be very specific about it and do your research on how to achieve that goal, because there's different ways to achieve different things, and just figuring out what that is for you personally. Also, side note, I just want to say, I think it's okay to just go to the gym to be healthy or have fun or whatever. One time I talked to someone who was like a big gym rat and told me that like, because I didn't have a specific gym goal, like a dream body that I wanted to achieve, then there was no reason for me to go to the gym. What the heck? But I do still think it's important to have like a routine to follow because it makes it easy for you to stick to it. So once you figure out the reason why you want to go to the gym, then you do your research and you find a specific routine to achieve that goal. I like to keep my routines pretty simple, and I try to go to the gym like 4 days a week. So personally, this is me personally, I split my gym sections up into upper body, lower body, cardio, and Pilates day. And my routines that I have in my upper body and lower body are fairly easy, like maybe 4 or 5 workouts per body part, because I know I'm someone who it's hard for me to go to the gym often if I don't have a routine. So having this routine makes it easy for me to like pick out the days of the week that I want to go to the gym and even know what to do. And especially if you're new to the gym, keeping it simple is fine. Like, you're literally just starting out. You don't need to go crazy. It's going to be hard for you to be disciplined if you have a really challenging routine. If you make your routine simple and you're able to stay consistent, then that will lead to faster results. And if you want to see results and be happy with your results, then you got to build that confidence. Okay, if you're not confident in your current body right now, then you're not going to be confident in the body that you get in the future. If you're not confident in the body you have right now, once you hit the goal that you made for yourself, you're going to be so focused on hitting a next goal. And that goes for literally everything in here. Like, you need to appreciate what you have now. When you get what you want, it'll literally like go by you so fast. And also, just being confident in yourself so you can be confident in the gym. I know a lot of times the gym can be scary and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. So you kind of just walk in there and then you get scared and go home. I'm saying this from experience. When I started going to the gym, I literally would get so scared. But just be confident, okay? Everybody's in there. Everybody started at one point. Know that you're doing what you need to do to reach your goals and be happy. If you don't know how to work a machine, that's okay. You know, you can literally ask anybody. There have been times where I don't know how to work a machine, so I'll just go up to someone and be like, hey, can you teach me how to use this? And they'll be happy to help you. If they're not, then frick them. They're a sad, angry person. Then go ask someone else. Someone will help you. You're not going to achieve your goal if you skip the machine that you need to use, obviously. I think it's very important to mention, if you're going to transform yourself physically, you got to do this in a healthy way. It is really easy to fall into unhealthy behaviors when going to the gym a lot and changing maybe your eating habits or something, or going to the gym too much, because that's also possible, and going too hard at the gym. So make sure you're doing this in a healthy way, because honestly, I have seen the best results whenever I am eating right and, resting as well. If you're trying to lose weight, not eating is not an option, which I will make another podcast about this too. Also, do what works for you, not other people. Everybody has a different routine. If you're doing someone else's routine and you don't like it, then you're not going to want to go to the gym. Just do a routine that you like. I have been through so many different routines and so many different workouts, and it is so hard to work out if you don't like what you're doing. And I have finally found like a routine that I actually like doing, and it's not a hard one. Like, I'm not going in the gym lifting 300-pound weights. I'm going in there, doing a little cardio, Stairmaster, a few dumbbells, and that's what I like, and that's what works for me, and I'm happy with it. And finally, we're at the last section, career. Whatever it is you want to do with your career, I think the hardest part is just starting. Once you start towards whatever you want to achieve, then you're golden. It becomes a lot more easier for you to stay motivated. I realize a lot of people just don't want to start, basically, because you don't know where to start, and that's fine. Whether it's starting your own business, applying for a job, the process can seem very scary and difficult. And a lot of times we look at these things and we're like, oh my God, that's so much work I have to do. And I don't know if I want to do it. That's scary. Like, this is going to take me forever. So you got to make this process easy for you. What I like to do is take 30 minutes out of my day specifically to work on something in my career, whatever that is. So like, let's say you want to start a business. Take 30 minutes out of your day just figuring out what that name of the business would be. Write a list of names down. You're already one step closer to achieving your career goals because you took 30 minutes to write down the name of the brand you want to start or the business you want to start. And then the day after that, take another 30 minutes to something else. Whether that is writing down business ideas, what the problem is that you want to solve with your business. You don't have to spend like 8 hours a day working on whatever it is that you need to work on, because obviously when you get started, that's going to be hard. You're not going to want to do it. So starting off little by little will help you achieve what you want way faster, and the process will seem easier for you, so you're more willing to work towards it. And if 30 minutes seems like too much for you at the beginning, okay, then try 5 minutes. Because also the chances are you're going to do that in 5 minutes and you're going to realize, oh, I think I can keep going. Whatever the career is that you want to do, whatever the path that you want to take, make connections, meet people, work with people, network. I think the biggest thing that going to college taught me was that it's honestly more about the connections you make rather than the degree you have. I have been able to do what I want to do through literally just by meeting people and making connections and being able to collaborate and network, and you learn so much. It's hard to do anything with just one man, one person. You need to learn from people and get experience, and meeting different people, whether that's in your field, in different fields, will help you. I love meeting people, and I've really forced myself to go out there and talk to strangers all the time, which is why I do interviews a lot. You never know what someone could do for you in the future. You might meet someone and become friends with someone and realize that this person is like your future business partner or something. I'll also make another podcast in the future about how to talk to people, whether that's socially or in a business environment. But yeah, just get out of your comfort zone. If you don't really like talking to people that much, getting out of your comfort zone and talking to someone, whether that's like going to a coffee shop and talking to the person next to you. There are so many people in the world, and it's such a shame if you only know like the 3 people in your circle. I know everybody's probably on their like independent era, but you will not grow if you don't learn from people and if you don't connect with people. And finally, whatever career path you decide to choose, make sure you educate yourself on it too. Go read a book. Go do some research online as to whatever that is. Literally, when I started social media, I didn't just start social media and like post a video, which I mean, you can. But I also wanted to educate myself on how social media works and the algorithm and like who my audience is. So I always do research on how to make an engaging video, how to engage and interact with my audience, who my audience is and what they like. That will make you as a business owner, a creator, whatever you want, really effective if you're knowledgeable on what you're doing. Okay, if you made it all the way to the end of this, congratulations. And also, you are one step closer to being the best self and creating the best version of yourself this year. I know a lot of the times we just want to see results fast. We want to make sure we change quickly and we want everything to happen quickly. But trust the process, stay consistent, and honestly, we might achieve things in like a week. We might achieve things tomorrow, and you won't notice that. So just really appreciate the process and the work you're putting in right now, because you could hit your goal tomorrow and you literally will be like, okay, on to the next. Appreciate right now. Appreciate the present moment and something like this new start for you, this new chapter. But I hope you guys liked my first podcast. This is a little awkward for me, I'm not gonna lie, talking in front of a camera just straight for like however long, but hopefully I get better at this. Let me know what you guys want to hear from me next, and I'll see you next week. Bye!